let's talk about Facebook. This will be the second episode. For those of you who haven't watched my summer episode, I recommend you go watch it, but I'll cover some of the stuff I talked about beforehand, again in this video. In the first video, I talked about the history of social networking, but in this video, I'm just going to get straight to it because I am fed up with Facebook right now. See, in my previous video, I mentioned how Facebook doesn't want you to add people you don't know. More or less, they only want you to get on the site and add your existing friends to Facebook. GOY, they changed the button add as friend to add friend, which that button is very risky to click nowadays. I'll explain why in a moment. Also, I mentioned how they more or less care less about you. I mean, in their terms of service, users have no say. I mean, that's not right. I mean, the users that use the site should have some say in site redesigns, that sort of stuff. But of course, Facebook seems more like a dictator site, which I'll explain why with the friend request thingy. The add friend button nowadays is very risky to click. See, Facebook only wants you to add those who you know personally. So more or less, they actually got a system out in their site that guesses whether you know the person or not, based on mutual friends and that sort of stuff. And my own personal opinion about that, their guesser sucks. Majority of the time, it's trying to block me from adding friends. It blocks those who already know, but yeah, I could go add people I don't know all day long. Not to mention, they actually monitor your activity. When you send friend requests to people, whether they accept them or ignore them, they have the option to answer a little question that says, do you know such and such outside of Facebook? Yes or no. So more or less, if they click no, you're now at risk of getting your friend request blocked for a little bit, or just getting your account permanently disabled for forever. Because, I mean, they don't care. Also, don't click the add friend button too many times in one day. Don't add too many friends to Facebook because they'll consider that misuse and they'll block your friend request for 2 days, 14 days, 30 days, depending on how severe. And more or less, when you click the add friend button, you get this message here. And you know the person personally, click report the problem and tell them. And just, I guess, wait. I mean, if they don't answer, I guess it's your problem. It's not fair. Trust me, it's not fair. They want to say, oh, that's just your problem. And if they didn't, like I say, if they don't resolve the issue, I guess you have to message that friend and tell you to add you as a friend, as long as they don't get blocked too. And here is the reason why I'm making this video today. See, over the past month, I've probably maybe sent, I don't know, 5, 6 friend requests. I don't add friends much anymore because it's a big risk. It's risky. I mean, if you have too many friends and those requests sit there and not get answered, they more or less go against you, saying that they don't want, that it's going against their wishes. Even though the real reason why a lot of these requests have not been answered is because I know there's people personally, but maybe they don't want to be friends with me on Facebook. I mean, there's people out there that will be friends with you in real life, but not want to connect with you on Facebook. And the other reason is because some of these people don't get on the computer all the time to update their Facebook and accept or ignore friend requests on a daily basis. I mean, come on now, Facebook. There are people out there who still have dial-up internet connections and don't get on the computer very often. For example, my friend David. He doesn't have a computer where he lives, but he does have a Facebook account, and he signs on every few months or so, or whenever he comes up here, or if he signs on at work or wherever. He don't get on Facebook often. So it's not fair for his friends to add him on Facebook to be penalized because those requests sit there. Anyways, back to the point. More or less, what happened recently is I added, I'd say 5 or 6 friend requests in the past month or so. And I decided to add somebody this month in December. Yesterday, on the 12th, or actually 11th, I don't know. And I decided to add my buddy from computer engineering class from high school last night. And of course, I clicked it and it said, "Do you know this user personally? To prevent misuse of Facebook, this friend request can't be sent." So, okay, I report the problem. And of course, nothing changes. And I found a website saying that you can keep clicking the add a friend button and eventually that'll go away and the friend request will go through. But evidently Facebook has decided to update that. So after a couple of attempts to add this person as a friend, it says, "Please log in to continue." And then I click log in, and I get greeted with this horrifying message. More or less, they're like being a bunch of smart alecks saying, maybe your friend request will get accepted more if you add people that aren't strangers. Even though the whole time I've been adding people I know personally. And of course, Facebook believes that I don't know them, so that's all they care. They believe they're always right about everything. So anyways, I had to go through the whole thing of saying, okay. It says, okay, your friend request has been blocked for 2 days because you're going against other people's wishes. Here's a screenshot of what the message looks like when you get blocked for 14 days. I mean, it's really unfair that Facebook treats their users like crap. I mean, they're wishing to get a billion users real soon, but if you haven't noticed, well, you probably haven't noticed, but recently Facebook has peaked out on its users in the United States. They are now beginning to lose users, and if you really think about it, you gotta wonder how many users that are signed into the site but don't use Facebook anymore because they're tired of it. I mean, they could have moved on to some place like Google Plus and just keep having to delete their Facebook account yet. And it's really funny how Facebook is going to be building a server farm not too far from here in Rutherford County, North Carolina. If they keep acting like they are, treating their users like crap, and the users, of course, will find other places to go, that new server farm will be useless. I mean, what's the point if you're losing users to build more server farms? Oh, and another thing I meant to mention. It seems like nowadays, Facebook will just randomly hide notifications for messages from people who don't talk to you often, friends or non-friends. My buddy Tim tried to send me some links to some websites through the messaging function on Facebook. And of course, I hadn't received anything. He asked me if I received anything, and I'm like, no, I haven't. So, I put it to the test. I have 2 Facebook accounts. I got my primary one, and I got a secondary one. Just for the heck of it, I decided to send a message to myself from my secondary account. I send a message, I'll say like, "Hey, what's up?" or something. Click send. And then of course I have my main account pulled up in the browser and the other monitor. And of course, the little messaging notification, nothing shows up. I click it, the message is not there. It is only until I add myself as a friend that the messages begin to go through. Now, is that ridiculous or what? I mean, it's like Facebook is now randomly hiding messages from showing up in your notification area. It's ridiculous. I'm telling you, Dictatorbook needs to get their act together, or they'll just continue to lose users to new sites like Google Plus. Now, I've also heard rumors that Tom Anderson, the guy who created MySpace, him and his buddies are now working on a new site, and he is funding the revenue for building the new site. That's what I've heard from some websites anyway. So there may be a new MySpace coming out. Of course, hopefully it'd be a lot better than the one that got destroyed by News Corp. Anyways, this is my little quick rant about some things that Facebook doesn't want you to know, why they're really starting to get on my nerves. They really, really are. So anyways, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask.